What's going on, guys? My name is Oreo Token, and today we are going to be going over our 120 hand cannon review of the bottom dollar and the Igneous hammer. This review is after the quick draw nerf and the 120 hand cannon changes, which we'll talk about, and we'll talk about how to work around that and still which one is better. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so let's talk about the Igneous hammer versus the bottom dollar. Start off, Igneous hammer adept, we are not going to talk about in this video. The Igneous hammer adept is better than these two weapons combined because of the adept mods you can put on the weapon. The reason why we're not going to talk about the adept is because it is a lot harder to get the adept compared to the regular and the bottom dollar. Obviously the adept has the same rolls that you can get on the regular, but the adept mods, which can give you adept Igneous, adept ability, adept range, all these things are going to make the weapon so much better than the standard. It's just not comparable. So with that being said, yes, the adept Igneous hammer is better than the other two, but we will not cover that in this review. So let's go ahead and talk about the regular Igneous hammer versus the bottom dollar. Okay, so we have already reviewed both the bottom dollar and the Igneous hammer in other videos, which I'll post in the description. But what I'll do is I'll take the quick recap of what we said about those two weapons, talk about them in here, and then talk about some of the differences between the two and which one's better. All right, let's start off with the bottom dollar. The bottom dollar is found in Gambit. They did that so we all would play and love Gambit. Hate it. So with that being said, it has also one of the biggest perk pools ever of any weapon. It's ridiculous, to be honest. And it's impossible, just about impossible, to get a perfect god roll. With that all being said, there are some good rolls that come with this gun, and we're going to talk about a couple of the best ones. Alright, for max range, we are going to go with Hammer Forged Rifling, Accurized Rounds, Rangefinder, and either Rampage or multi-kill clip. If you can get that, you have basically a max range bottom dollar. If you're just looking for those crispy two taps, I would definitely go with Corkscrew, Accurized Rounds, Rapid Hit, Rampage, or Corkscrew, Accurized Rounds, Killing Wind, Rampage, or Corkscrew, Accurized Rounds, Outlaw, multi-kill clip. Those will get you those damage perks, and those synergize very well together. Moral of the story is if you get Rapid Hit, Outlaw, Killing Wind, Rangefinder, even Surplus, and Quick Draw, and pair that with a damage perk of multi-kill clip Rampage, you can't go wrong. Also, Thresh is great too because it now works in PvP, so if you want your super quickly, that is something you want to consider as well. So let's move on to the Igneous hammer. Alright, if we're being honest with the Igneous hammer, all of the final two perks, other than Celerity and One for All, are pretty good. It's hard to miss on this weapon unless you get really those two. So with that being said, let's talk about our max range. You want to go with full bore, high caliber rounds, Killing Wind, and Rampage. What that does is you have max range in your barrel and your mags. Killing Wind with a kill increases your range, and Rampage makes you do more damage. So that's your max range right there. Alright, looking at a consistent roll, I would actually go with Fluted Barrel due to the quick draw nerfs with handling. Then I would go with either High Cal or Ricochet, probably Ricochet to be honest because of the stability. Then I would look at Rapid Hit or Killing Wind with Rampage. I do this because Outlaw doesn't really work really well with Rampage because you have to reload, and Rampage is basically once you get a kill it stacks your damage for a short period of time. So Rapid Hit or Killing Wind. Alright, so let's talk about which one's better. We're going to break this down to two sections. One is going to be our generic quick play, which is our 6v6. The other one's going to be our competitive, either 3v3 or 4v4. I know Destiny likes to bounce between the two, so we'll just say that. So looking at our 6v6, I will choose the bottom dollar. I do this because I like to run multiple supers in a game, get as many supers as I possibly can, and bottom dollar runs with Thresh. So if you get a Thresh roll on your bottom dollar, let's say you get a Killing Wind Thresh or a Rangefinder Thresh or a Rapid Hit Thresh. You don't have the damage perk, I understand, but there's ways around them. But I would go with Thresh because it gives you you get super energy back per kill. Also, if you're running, let's say, a Warlock and you have Nezarec Sin or Mantle, the changes they made to that, those will give you super based off of getting kills. So double stacking them, that is huge. Get your super like 5 times. Definitely recommend that. Now let's talk about competitive modes. We're talking about 3v3s, 4v4s, trials, comp. Hopefully maybe they'll bring something super competitive in the game. I don't know. I will go with the Igneous Hammer. Looking at the base stats, Igneous has bottom dollar beat by having better base range, better base stability, better base handling, better, not by much, base reload speed, better recoil where it's 95 versus 85, and a better bounce intensity so it doesn't bounce as much as shooting. All of those things make me want to choose the Igneous Hammer because of the better base stats and because it's easier to farm a god roll. If you're playing trials, you're playing competitive matches, you're most likely gonna go for your adepts, go for the really good rolls, and you'll probably get several. You'll probably have more times to farm it. I will go with the Igneous Hammer because of those two things. Now, I know, you're gonna be like, Oreo, you chose both of them. You can't choose both in a review video. Well, I kind of can, because the way you play quick play should be different than the way you play comp or the way you play trials. 1000%. If you're playing a game mode like comp or trials and you're playing like quick play, your teammates are gonna be pissed at you. I mean, let's be honest, you're not taking things seriously, you're randomly pushing, you're dying too quickly, you're getting picked. So that's why I say these two in a different light, because comp is a different game than 6v6. Now, if you want to go and max out your super build in comp and you want to use something like Thresh and you're a Warlock, more power to you. Go ahead and do that with the bottom dollar. You can do it and you can have success with it. Not because Oreo said so, but because you can. So go ahead and do that. But those are my recommendations for the Igneous Hammer and the bottom dollar. Obviously, they are both meta, they are both god tier, and they are both heavily affected by the quick draw nerf. So definitely look at your handling stats, and that's kind of why I give Igneous the advantage, because of the handling. But definitely take a look at that and see how you can use that to your advantage in other areas of the game and have fun with them. They're both really good weapons and they're both meta. So see if you make some cool clips and go from there. Now I want to hear what you guys think. Which one would you use for 6v6? Which one would you use for 3v3? Obviously, we're leaving the Adept Igneous Hammer out of this, but I want to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comment section, and I would love to see what you got to say. Once again, my name is Oreo Token, and that is our bottom dollar Igneous Hammer wrap-up video. If you like the video, please hit the like button. If you like this series, if you don't mind, you just hit the subscribe button. If you want to hear more content about this, we're going to continue going on about how to make different weapons stronger by using different things in the game. So that's going to be the next series we're going to work on after we finish our True Prophecy Steady Hand video. So go ahead, and if you like the video, if you like, drop a like. If not, hey, I understand. But I appreciate you guys stopping by and staying here. Once again, my name's Oreo Token. Have an amazing day. I'll see you guys on the flip side. Bye bye.